What is going on, guys? My name is Ian, of course, and welcome to another cheap beast squad builder. Obviously, we're going to be incorporating some really cheap players that you can get for, some ridiculous prices, but they do perform adequately. And, for today, we're going to be calling it a cheap beast because, indeed, we are wrecking with cheap beasts. And we're going to be using the 4-1-2-1-2 in brackets 2 formation. Really strong formation this year, obviously one of the best. And goalkeeper position, we do start off with Leno, a highly underrated goalkeeper, but does suit really well in that position. Every stat above 80. And then on his left side, we're gonna have Naldo, who is a really tall center back and pairs up really nicely with his right partner, who is Felipe Santana. Two really strong and really tall defenders that you can purchase for a minimal amount of coins. And on the left back, we're gonna have Erkin, who does link up really well with some of the better players in the Turkish league. Not a league that I see highly used, but does perform well. And then we have right back Tiandali. He's there for chemistry reasons, but in game I did find out that he was actually pretty decent. Center defensive mid, we're gonna be going with Felipe Melo. Medium high work rates, a really good player to use if you're trying to profit in a good center defensive mid. And then on his left side, we're going to have a center attacking mid in the center mid spot, who is going to be Diego, who links up nicely with Erkin and Felipe Melo. Always enjoy having those, those primary sort of chemistry links. And then we go with Leroy Fair on the right center mid, one of the cheapest center mids you can get. And then on the center attacking mid, someone who links up nicely with the Turkish league player as well as the player from the BPL. And then we finish off the attack force with MNEK, who is just a beast all around. If you remember FIFA 13, he was really good. Has decent pace. And then on the right side, we're gonna finish up with Vargas. Unfortunately, he does maintain, he does stay on 7 chem, sorry, but he does perform very adequately. And I do suggest you put in a manager just to get that full chemistry, unless you want to go ahead and apply the changes. But yeah, this is the team, guys. Really good. I do suggest you go and purchase it. And let's jump in straight into the highlights. We are back with some gameplay we did manage to get with the team, and first off, I want to say the standout player personally for me was Felipe Melo. I've used him in a couple of other teams, but I don't think he's performed as well as he has in this team. He just stays like a brick wall in defense and just watches those through balls, those over the top balls, and does have some decent heading as well as some decent height to him. Now the standout player, as I mentioned already, is Felipe Melo, but another standout player personally for me was Vargas. Now you'll see in the highlights, he does score me some pretty good goals, and being on 7 chem, it does disadvantage him a little bit, and when it comes to pace and a little bit of shooting. But don't be put off by that 7 chem, because he does perform very well as if he was on 7 chem. You can't even notice the difference. I personally didn't notice the difference. I even forgot that he was on 7 chem. Now the goalkeeper Leno, he is such a decent goalkeeper and does do the job of replacing those expensive goalkeepers like Neuer and all of those, Casillas. So he isn't that expensive, but he does do the job. Having 80 plus stats in every sort of aspect, he is very decent. I do suggest you go ahead and purchase him and try him out. If you haven't tried him out already, you will not regret. Moving on to the strike force, MNEK and Vargas do such good supporting runs for each other. It's either you see Vargas or MNEK going up, and then one of them getting in behind and trying to get those rebounds, trying to get those headers. Vargas unfortunately doesn't have the best heading, so I do suggest you lay off the heading unless you give it to MNEK, who does score me a few crackers. And finishing on with the defense, Naldo and Felipe Santana, such tall defenders, as well as really decent defending. But Felipe Santana, one con about him is that other than the pace, defending, and physical, he is pretty poor in every other stat. So if you're going to try and come up with him, I do suggest you lay off and just pass it off to somebody else. But other than that, really tall and really decent defenders, stayed like brick walls in the defense. And then left back and right back, Tiandali, didn't think of him much, but he was pretty decent. Can't say much about it, as there's so much a right back can do. And then Erkin was as well as good, just being that good left back, good running up. But this was it for today. I do hope you enjoyed this little squad builder that I brought you. As again, leave a like, rating, subscribe if you haven't already if you did enjoy the video, and I will see you later. Thank you.